You're listening to After the Review.
After the review.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is After Review with Peter and Terrell. I'm your host, Peter, and with me always, my man Terrell. What's up, T?
What up, Pete, man? How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. You know, chilling. I know you were kind of doing the same thing. You know, did a little streaming, hanging out, playing some video games with y'all, especially.
Yeah.
We were having a little fun. Watched the UFC. Wasn't great, but
Yeah.
it is.
I fell asleep before the main event came on.
You did.
True Terrell fashion nowadays.
Well,
I'm not that much of a late night owl.
You didn't want to be sweating that bet. You had a little cheddar on. You had a little action on the last fight. You didn't want to be sweating it.
That's exactly what happened. I had a little something on it, and then I woke up and figured out what happened, and things were in my favor, so it's all good. But yeah, I guess it's a good way to go about it. Just fall asleep and just wake up and figure it out that way.
It's a lot less stressful. I'll tell you that much.
It would have been way more stressful if I was watching it. So yeah, I don't know. It's such a Cormier lost, but because I was rooting for him, but lucky I didn't put money on him. I was going to. He was the favorite, correct?
I think it was close. They were right. They were like plus 110 or minus 110, both of them. It was pretty even. He might have been.
Okay.
I think he was a little bit of the underdog, but still.
Okay.
Good enough.
Still,
but,
yeah.
Hey, I mean, you didn't get your payout from your Portland Trailblazers over there.
Oh my god! It could have been a good week for me, Pete. Pete, we could have been doing this podcast from somewhere in a located island somewhere, and not tell anybody because we would have been balling.
Yeah, you were putting 40 grand down. We're putting 40 grand down on the Blazers. We're going big time right there. What is that? $4 million for the Blazers. Plus 400.
Do you know how much I'd have been sweating bullets if I'd have put that much money down?
Yeah.
Oh my.
They were on the edge they played 4 straight elimination games essentially, and every one of them was close.
Yeah, all their games were down to the wire. I would have I don't know. I would have went crazy.
Yeah.
I would have went so crazy.
You would have lost all that fuzz on your head. You would have had a gray ass beard over here. But hey.
Yeah, boy. I would have had wrinkles and all. But hey, Sunday, shoot, you couldn't tell me nothing. No. Hey, it would have been beat. Let's roll.
Ooh, we out. We got our own. We got our own podcast.
Yeah, we
facility.
would take a PJ. Own podcast facility. We would take a PJ somewhere.
We're putting Joe Rogan out of style out of here in Austin. You know, we would have showed up his studio that he's building down here. We'd be like, this is a real podcast studio.
Yeah, for sure.
But
well.
Well.
I didn't get to put a bet on it. It was really upsetting. But it's not. It's no. You know what? At the end of the day, it's nice to know that you were going to do something because I really was going to actually do it. I was actually going to put real money on it, but I couldn't make it happen living in the state of Texas. But it's good to know that I actually won. Would have won. You
had a good sense on it. Is what you're saying.
I had a good sense on it, and it worked out in my favor. So that alone is cool, but it's also upsetting not to get the money. But it is what it is. No money lost, no money gained. So it's even. It's just more like a prideful thing.
It was a pride thing on this podcast at this point.
Yeah, it was a prideful thing. It's like this guy might know what he's doing.
Yeah. All right, that's fair enough. Yeah, he might know what he's doing, unlike me. But I guess we can talk playoffs now. The NBA playoffs started today. I'm a little disgruntled because we're recording this after the Sixers just lost to the Celtics. So what else is new? But other than that first game today, Utah-Denver, holy smokes. The Spider came out in full force, and they still lost. I'm expecting a gentleman's sweep now from them, Denver, Utah.
Really?
Yeah, you're not going to get a better game from Mitchell, I don't think. 57 in overtime, and they still lost. And it's not like anybody else put up anything crazy on Denver. I mean, Murray played great. Jokic played great. And Michael Porter Jr. played pretty good. But still, it wasn't like they were going 30-30 and, 25. It was a nice 25-28 game for those two.
But I
think Denver's just too much for Utah right now.
Maybe. I don't know what might count. Honestly, I got to take her. I think Utah might be better off with Donovan at the point, possibly. Maybe it was a 1-game sample, so it's hard to tell because it is a lot on Donovan. So it's only 1 game. So if he tends to take this game to game 6 or 7, it's gonna be pretty tough on him. As he could take Game 5 too, but I don't see that happening. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty tough for him. But I do like him in that point guard role. I just think they need maybe one more guy. Maybe make Mike Conley come back and play off the ball, but that's not Mike Conley's role.
No, not at
But,
all.
but to your point, Jamal Murray did shoot the lights out too. So I don't know if you can get because Jamal Murray could come back and score 5 points the next game. Very well.
That's
very well.
true. That's my knock on him. That's definitely my knock on him.
Because we know Donovan's going to give us his,
25 to 30.
25 to 30, yeah, for sure. He ain't going to give us 57 again. That's he might, but he's not going to do that. So I think Utah could still be in it. I think Jordan Clarkson could get off, and then Joe Ingles could pop off. I think Rudy Gobert's got to, do a better job on the Joker, but that's a tough task to handle. I actually don't know how many points he had. For what I saw, though, Rudy Gobert was doing pretty good. My biggest bone with this series is that the NBA put this game at 12:30.
They have to.
Why isn't there 8:00 game?
Is there not an 8:00 game tonight?
There's the Mavs and the Clippers is the 8:00.
Oh yeah,
game.
I was gonna say because everyone wants to see Kawhi in the clip in the Mavs. It's Luka, baby. It's Kawhi. It's PG. It's big money. This was the least entertaining of the four. It kind of had a March Madness feel to it today, honestly, with 4 games on all throughout the day. They're trying to space these things out.
I know this is for the whole week like this. By the way, I know you know that, but just to let you know,
it's nice. I personally enjoy it.
No, I'm all for it. I just think the Jazz Denver Nuggets game could be more of a. I don't know. Now that I think about it, because
hold up, I don't want to isolate the people in Denver, but there's 30,000 people that live in Utah. They're all a bunch of white Mormon people over there, and Denver's a bunch of weed heads. They're probably too busy high paying attention to their basketball team. And they had their hockey team on today. They like their hockey a lot better than their basketball, I can tell you that. So, what do you mean? You're not going to put an LA team in a primetime spot? You absolutely are. And you're not going to put the Celtics and the Sixers as the other night game or the first night game? Of course you are. Those are the 2 smallest markets. I mean, Toronto's the only thing that hurts you being outside of the States, but they are the defending champs, and they played Brooklyn. It's New York. You're still pulling.
So well, they do flip-flop because that eventually becomes a 12:30 game. That should be the 12:30 game because that's going to be a legit sweep. I think, okay, at least give me, like I said, 3:00. That's not much better, but this series could be so competitive, unlike the other two. Kinda could not be. The Mavs and Clippers could be a sweep or a 5-game series, and the Celtics 76ers could be.
Yes,
I see what you're saying though. From the market standpoint, I hear you, but from
you're on the basketball you're on the competitive basketball aspect.
The competitive basketball aspect is many of those people probably didn't see Donovan Mitchell score 57 points.
No, my dad had no idea the game was even on. I was like, hey, turn on the game. They're going to overtime. Donovan Mitchell's got 51.
Yeah, my point exactly, and it's that series is going to be good regardless of what happens. It might be a gentleman's sweep, but that game, all those games are going to go down to the wire. So, but I see you from the market standpoint, and at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about money. They don't care that they're like, well, people will figure out how to watch it at 12:30.
Yeah.
Luckily, a lot of people are working from home, so the game might get turned on.
That's true.
So from that standpoint, I guess it's fine, but it just sucks that that competitive of a game isn't being played at a time where everybody can watch it. Essentially, no one could go, could see those two duel it, whatever. But anyways,
yeah, you'd want maybe a little bit more exposure for these kind of smaller teams that are good. I mean, they're both pretty good teams, so maybe get the word out there to the people that hey, Utah, Denver, they got a little something cooking maybe there. 3 years down the road, who knows? These might be the powerhouses in the West. So, all right. So I think we're both taking the Nuggets, right? In the series?
Yeah, I got the Nuggets in the series.
All right, let's do the next one. Clippers, Mavericks. Mavericks upset the Clippers. Any chance? No.
I mean, if they do it, they can get out tonight maybe, but I got the Clips. I got the Clips winning it all, so
he's got the Clip winning it all. It's not a bad pick. I don't hate that. It's not bad. All right, let's keep in the West. How about the Lakers? How about Lakers Portland? Portland the upset right here?
I got no. I have came around and understood that it is not going to be an upset. It might go to 6 or 7, and Braun might get more than what he wanted in the first round, but it will not be an upset.
All right, I'm glad you finally come around.
Let's deep dive real quick.
Yeah.
I just think a couple things like Portland's on E.
That was the first thing I text you. When it was like Portland if they had to play a second game against Memphis, I don't know if they would have been able to get off the court. They are on E.
They're on E, but they do have the underdog factor, which sometimes can put you halfway the tank. They don't have enough, they don't have the size really. Like if they, I think AD would murder Zach Collins. So if they do go that route, because they charge Zach Collins and Nurkic, so I think that they also don't have anybody to guard LeBron. I know they don't have anyone to guard Dame and CJ. That was someone say, but CJ's kind of banged up. I figured out he had like a cracked vertebrae in his back. Like that's gonna wear and tear on you. I'm sure they're gonna bang on those guards. They're gonna use up those fouls or whatever. So
here's the question: how much defense does Portland play?
That's true. They don't play any good. They don't play any defense.
They play zero defense.
I think the Lakers are gonna kill them on the boards. So I've talked myself back into the other side that the Lakers will win this, but it's still to me going to go 6 or 7.
Okay.
I don't have this being like a 5-game series thing like that.
No 2007 Golden State Mavericks upset. We're not going to see that.
Man, imagine that happened to LeBron's legacy, and he won't be able to live. He couldn't make up for this, honestly. He doesn't have enough time in his career to make up for this.
I mean, no, really, he really wouldn't. I mean, maybe if you if you come back the next 2 years and win back-to-back in LA, maybe. Maybe.
That's making a stretch in itself. Like,
I know.
I think he would have to. The best case scenario would be for him if Portland beat him and then they went all the way to the finals.
Yes. What if they won? If they won, they just got on like some crazy hot streak.
Yeah. I think that'd be his best case scenario. But he can't, for his legacy. And it's crazy that we're saying this for LeBron's legacy because he's done so much. But like, I mean, he's still kind of writing it. I mean, as long as you're playing, we're still writing your legacy. So you can't afford to lose to Portland, even though they're high. You can't be the number 1 seed and afford to lose to them. Even under these circumstances. The
problem with LeBron's legacy, he can't go any worse than 2, but he can go to 1. So that's the whole thing. Like, if you lose to Portland, it's probably going to cement you at 2 behind Michael. If you keep winning, you win a couple titles in LA, does it push you over? 3 different teams, 3 finals MVPs. These are interesting. This makes things a little bit more interesting.
But the thing about that is that if he loses, the other thing is the gap between 2 and 1, it gets bigger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's done. He's done. It's locked. You're 2. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's arguable right now. And it's kind of close, but like he loses, it just spreads farther and farther away. Where it's like there's almost no question. Like right now, we can debate it, but it gets to the point like definitely Michael's 1, LeBron's definitely 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It becomes that, which is unfortunate. But all right, what about the other Western series? I think the most interesting matchup of the first round, the Thunder and the Rockets. We got a little redemption. Chris Paul traded from the Rockets. Rockets said, "You're a bum. You're not healthy." They got Westbrook, and now Westbrook's gonna miss 2 to 3 games, and Chris Paul might be looking for some sweet revenge.
Yeah. I still got the Rockets here. Gosh, I love Chris. You know I love Chris Paul.
Point guard.
He has lived up to the point guard this year. I just don't think Steven Adams is one of the top 3 players on that team, and I don't know how they'll be able to utilize him in this series because Houston plays so small. So I just think that's like Achilles heel for them, and I don't know what they're gonna get out of Dennis Schroeder.
I mean, you're trading 3 for 2, I guess, with Steven Adams. If you play Steven Adams, you give it to him every time. Oh, PJ Tucker is not stopping Steven Adams.
No, but it just doesn't. Are you gonna play through Steven Adams though? Is my thing.
Why not?
You're not playing through him.
I mean, you could with Chris Paul. You could think about it.
I mean, you're not wrong. High screen and roll. You're not wrong there, but I don't know. I think teams have tried it and it hasn't worked well unless you got the Joker or somebody else. I don't know. We'll see. Steven Adams might be able to play in this series, and they might just obliterate him using him. But we'll see how that works. And
I'm really tempted. I'm really tempted to pick the Thunder. I'm really tempted to take them.
And I'm not mad at you if you pick the Thunder. I wanna actually. You know what? I'm going with the point guard because I I like Chris Paul, but I can, like I'm saying, I can talk myself into Houston. But if Houston loses, I have no bad blood, no hard blood, nothing over it. I'm with the point guard. I'm taking you. You just convinced me. Look at this. I'm taking the Thunder in this series. I like them. It's gonna go to 6 or 7, regardless of what happens.
Yes.
It's gonna go 6 or 7, and I got the Thunder. I hope they win because I like Shea. I like Shea too.
So
I don't know if we talked about this. I like Shea.
We've not talked about Shea. But on the other way, I think Houston's going to be fresh enough, and Harden's not going to throw up a million bricks, and he's going to be banging lights out threes, and they're going to trade 3 for 2, and 3 is greater than 2.
I know, but I don't know. Gosh, I'm so wishy-washy here. I just don't know who's going to guard Harden. Like, who's guarding Harden? It's not CP3.
Oh, put Chris Paul on him. We're going to go ISO one-on-one. CP3, let's go, baby. I like it.
We'll see.
Some old running mates right there. I like that.
I think it helps that Russ isn't playing the first couple games. Though.
Yes. Oh, you think it helps? Okay, it helps OKC definitely. The Russ isn't.
It helps OKC.
But
we'll see.
If Russ is playing, they stand no chance because Russ is just gonna wear down Chris Paul. You're gonna run. I
don't. Chris Paul ain't calling that anyway. He ain't playing 4 quarters on Russell. He'll play go guard House or Ben McLemore.
That's a huge mismatch right there.
Why? You think so?
Chris Paul is like I don't want to say he's a small guy. Against House? House gonna have such a size advantage.
You think House could post up Chris Paul? Chris Paul, pick his pocket.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Oh, come on now. Please don't disrespect Chris Paul like that.
Chris Paul getting a little long in the tooth though. I'm just saying.
See.
I want him to guard. I would like him to guard Harden to really see it. I want to see that. That's all. Give me that. But he ain't guarding Westbrook. That's for damn sure. Run him ragged. So, all right. Are you set on the Thunder? Are you set on the Thunder now?
Yeah, I'm with the point guy. Let's go.
I love that he switched it. All right. I'm going with Houston, but I agree. It's 6. It's probably 7.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's move to the East. We can do Raptors, Nets, gentleman sweep for Toronto, right?
Yeah, let's keep it moving.
They reminded everybody that they are the defending champs. They look really good today. Yeah. Fred Van Vliet, baby. Bangers. All right. Philly, nice. Boston. Does Philly have any shot? No, I don't think so.
Well, okay, so I got a text message earlier. What was I doing? I don't know what I was doing. I don't know. I was doing something around the house. I didn't have the game on yet, but I got a text message that said Embiid is eating in all caps.
He was 4 for 4 to open the game.
That's the thing. I didn't watch the end of the game. I don't know what happened with him.
He was exhausted. He had no gas. He played 37 minutes, had no gas. He couldn't jump.
Okay.
He was useless.
Okay, that's fine.
5 fouls.
That's fine. He'll hopefully get his win, game 2 or 3. But if Embiid can do that, I think they have a shot though. The fact that they're in this game
tonight was the night they need to win. That. Josh Richardson was lights out on both ends of the court. Matisse Thybulle was pretty good, and they couldn't hit a shot late. Of course, the refs some suspect officiating at the end to give Boston 6 straight free throws and a flagrant foul in a tie game with 4 minutes left. Very upsetting, but they couldn't hit a shot late. Tobias Harris has 0 dog in him. He was awful. Missed a layup. Threw up almost an airball 3. It was bad late. So they don't have enough offense on this team. And I thought we got the best out of them. Gordon Hayward did go down, and he's probably going to be out a game or 2. It was a bad ankle roll. Bad ankle roll. So,
man, not Gordon. But I like Gordon. He's had some unfortunate stuff happen in Boston. I really like him.
It's what happens when you leave your team, man. Those Mormons put a hex on him in Utah. They got some voodoo magic up there, maybe in Utah. So yeah, I can't take the Sixers as much as I want to. Boston. This is the series. Now let's go Heat Pacers. This is the one you said was your most interested series when I asked you this weekend.
Yeah, we know why.
Round. Yeah, because Jimmy Butler and T.J. Warren are going to kill each other, right?
I got the Heat. The Heat has so much firepower. The Heat can do it all. They can shoot threes. They can throw it inside. They play defense. I like the Heat. I like the Heat could get sneaky, really, really good.
They're
and get
just
hot.
Inexperience. Inexperience is going to be their downfall.
But they do have some experience. They have Jimmy, have
but
Goran
their
Dragic.
Shooters don't have any experience. They got 2 young, great 3-point shooters, and those are the guys you're going to need to hit shots in big playoff spots. And maybe they're young and dumb enough to hit him. You know, sometimes young guys just don't care. And it's not like they're on the road. They are in the bubble, so that is a big help to the Heat. I do agree with that.
That is for sure. Yeah, I like the Heat in the series for sure. And I don't think we need to talk about much about the next series, the Buck. And sorry, who do you have?
I'm leaning the Heat. I would not. T.J. Warren's got plantar fasciitis, which is painful as hell to play with, and I don't know if the Pacers have enough. I wouldn't be surprised though if Oladipo has a little magic in him with that team and they get it done. But I like the Heat in 6. I'm not going to be too worried about it. I think the intensity is going to be good though.
Am I tripping? I thought Victor Oladipo said he wasn't playing in the bubble.
No, he said he wasn't playing, and then he changed his mind before the bubble started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because when I saw him in the bubble, I was like, what the
So, and this is a perfect thing I want to talk about. It talks about the two different attitudes between Victor Oladipo as a player and Kevin Durant as a player. Kevin Durant is soft. Kevin Durant, I don't want to play. I don't want to come back. So
no, I can't agree with you.
Ready? No, I'm gonna lay some facts on you, and you're gonna be shook. With him not coming back for the bubble, it'll have been 800 plus days since he'll played an NBA game. That is the longest any person ever in the NBA has taken to come back from an Achilles tendon. It would have been 580 days if he played in the bubble. It would have been the second longest time anybody's ever coming back from an Achilles. And I think it was Dominique Wilkins came back in like the 90s, like 10 days later than that. So Durant is literally taking the longest possible break than anybody who's come off an Achilles tear to play. Victor Oladipo tore his quad last year, and that man said, I'm playing for my team. We're trying to get dubs out here. And it says there's a different mentality right there, man.
No, I'm not playing. I'm not. He's playing. Listen. You can call him what you want. KD's a boss. He's nice with it.
Soft.
There's a couple different reasons. There's a couple. You call him soft if you want. I don't agree with you, but sure, call him soft. We're all instated to our own being. There's a couple things. There's a quick turnaround. There's no reason for them to play. Brooklyn is so bad that he has no one to play with. He's gonna be out there overworking himself.
They could actually. Hey man, Brooklyn's got the team mentality going right there.
They do, and that's good for them. I don't think it's a good fit for KD right now. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it at all. I don't blame KD one bit for not playing in this. I don't think it's worth it at all. I know you're gonna call him soft, but I don't think it's worth it. He has too much ride on us. He's getting older. It's not worth it.
He could have played 8 games and said, I'm not good to go. He could have went to the bubble and tried to give it a little go, and then said no, I can't play for the playoffs. Out for the playoffs. Nobody would have said a word about that.
Now, it's much different if he had Kyrie, DeAndre Jordan, Spencer Dinwiddie. Like, if he had the full Nets team, I might be able to get behind you a little bit.
Well, to have the team. No. If it's the full team, you have to go. You're getting shredded if they have their team because they could make a legit shot at the finals.
No, and that's what I'm saying, but it's not that. It's just not worth it.
I'm not sure Kyrie even works on this team anymore. They seem to be so much better without Kyrie, the Nets, and it's hilarious. They are so much better without him.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Kyrie's got some. All right, then Bucks Magic. We don't need to talk about this. The Bucks going through. All right, give me your Eastern Conference Finals then. We'll stay in the East.
I got Bucks Celtics.
Bucks Celtics. All right. I
love the Raptors.
Oh.
I'm hoping Tatum and Brown take it to the next level with Kemba. I want that to happen.
You're rooting. So you're rooting for Boston now.
I am rooting for Boston because I like that. I like that little lineup they got going. I like that. I think it can work because they can play big, they can play small. I really like it.
That hurts me to my core, especially since the champs are the champs, and I really think we're sleeping on the Raptors here. I mean, they lost Kawhi, but they were better this year without Kawhi. Just take that into account. I mean, it's not like the East was worse.
I respect the Raptors, and I think it's going to be a complete dogfight. I really do, and it could go either way. But it's more that I'm hoping the Celtics come out of it. You know what I mean?
I can't be your friend anymore. You're rooting for Boston team over here, Terrell. I'm really starting to question this friendship.
I like Tatum and Brown, man. I just told you I like Gordon Hayward.
They play dirty. There's a dirty, cheap team over there in Boston. A bunch of scumbags.
How can you not like Kemba? Kemba's like such a nice guy.
Kemba might be a nice guy. Kemba also is a freaking walking travel. Yeah, the walking travel that doesn't get called. He makes
Everyone
LeBron look like he dribbles the basketball. Okay, I ain't gonna defend LeBron, but Kemba walks like every time he touches the ball. Ugh, so bad. It's almost like not as bad as Harden.
After a certain point in time, it just becomes how you play. You know
It's how you play the NBA. Just let it go. My man be hopping all over the place.
It's just like how you play, you know?
Oh my god. Whatever. All right. So you got Bucks Celtics. Who's coming out of the East then? You going? You still pulling the Celtics, or you think Giannis? Giannis got it.
I got the Bucks.
Yeah, me too. I got the Bucks too.
I think this is. I'd like to see Giannis win this. I really would like to see Braun win this, but.
So can we get on this real quick? Can we go down this?
What?
We have a bet. You and I have a Whataburger bet on the MVP. You know that, right? Do you remember this?
I got Giannis.
Yes, I have LeBron. Right? I think LeBron may get this thing. I really do. I think LeBron might get this thing. Winning the West is a big freaking deal. I think LeBron might have a shot. Actually, Damian Lillard might sweep in and steal it from both of us because they voted after the bubble. They might give it a Dame.
Oh, they're voting after the bubble?
Yeah, they voted. Yeah, they didn't have the votes in yet. The season wasn't over. They're voting. They're voting. They voted after the bubble first round finished. So, I think they just voted.
Okay.
I can see them giving it to Dame because they're crazy.
Yeah, maybe. I can see Dame stealing some votes from Braun though.
Oh. I think Giannis was very flat in the bubble with Milwaukee, I think. But so was Braun. I just think winning the West is very impressive with that Lakers team.
No, you're not. You're not wrong. I think that should be taken into account a whole lot, is that if once you get after 1-2 on that Lakers team, Kuzma, it could be any other night. He could be hot, he could be cold. And it's a bunch of.
Hey, you got the white Mamba. You got white Mamba.
And I love Caruso. Yeah, I was getting it.
But it's Alex Caruso.
But you know what I mean?
It's Alex Caruso. It's Alex Caruso. We're on the same page. And just think where this team was before. So a year ago, not a little over a year ago, July of last year, this team was a dumpster fire. They were horrible. And it's like, what is LeBron going to do? Why did he go to LA? He just ruined his career, his legacy. And now they're sitting on top of the West. Now they got other issues they got to worry about. Because again, Avery Bradley, he's a dead man when this thing's over. LeBron's stringing him up. He gonna disappear his ass if they lose.
Yeah, he gets a ring. I don't know how though, but
because he's trying to make a statement.
I guess so.
You know what?
I heard it's some family stuff.
I heard it was for the BLM movement. I heard. You know what makes a statement? Donovan Mitchell, Damian Lillard saying stuff every night about this when they're getting interviewed on national television, winning basketball games, and they have all the stuff on their jerseys. Avery Bradley, you're screwing LeBron over here, and you're not happy about it. He's bad. All right, then let's go. Who's coming out of the West? You got the Clippers winning it, right? You said? Are they beating the Lakers to get there?
Yeah, they're beating the Lakers to get there.
Oh, I like it.
This is so much for LeBron to go through for a 7-game series. Like, he's going to switch off from PG to Kawhi, PG to Kawhi. They're going to be taking turns guarding him. Like, come on. That's so much work.
I think it depends how the Portland series goes and how Houston OKC go. Excuse me. But because it depends what it looks like. If they're pushed to the brink in both those series, the Clippers easily. But if, LeBron and the Lake can kind of cruise, a little fresh against the Clip, I think they're a good matchup against the Clippers. We saw it the first game of the bubble. They set the tone pretty well.
AD can just dominate that series, but
and he needs to, and that's perfect. AD needs to drop the cojones and man up and dominate for 4 quarters, not 2.5, not 3. I need him for 4 quarters to dominate. Say, I am the best player on the court right now.
No, I'm with you.
I'm
with you totally.
It's that simple.
I think the Nuggets could give the Clippers a little run for their money in the next semis.
Ooh,
I think they can make that
little big matchup.
They don't really have a matchup for
Jokic.
For Joker.
Yeah.
Joker. Yeah, no Jokic. And then they have some wings that kind of can go. Not that they can hang with Kawhi and PG, but like They have wings they can throw at them.
It is interesting. We're making these picks because it really is all determinant how you look. Because who knows what they're going to look like against the Mav? What if Luka gives them a ton? What if he gives Pat Bev a ton of fits or whoever they got guard Luka out there, and then Porzingis has himself a series because, like you said, they got no bigs to guard him. That could be a little bit of a key. Like, okay, elite point guard, big man issues. Who knows? And Denver has no problem playing through the big man and then kicking it out. You got it?
Dallas is up for it. Actually.
There you go. See?
Dallas is up for it.
We're sleeping. We're sleeping.
Right now.
We're talking, it's all experience. I think being in the bubble really helps these young teams because there's no road crowds. Playing on the road in the NBA is tough. So.
Okay, now you said that, I knew they were all playing the bubble. Do you think, like, these sweeps, people actually will sweep people easier?
They might.
Because, like,
no gentleman sweeps.
Like, it's like, you know what I mean? It's just like, because we're playing on the same surface. That's cool that you have home court advantage, but like you don't have home court. We're still playing on the same court. It's not like I have to travel to your city, in your fan, shooting in your gym. Like, you know what I mean?
It's not loud. You don't feel the momentum swings. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not that.
It's not.
The refs aren't influenced by the crowd either because we totally know the refs make calls based on the crowd a lot in the playoffs.
Yeah, like I don't know. Maybe we might see a couple sweeps. Like maybe just like because at the end of the day, we're just hooping. You know what I mean?
Friends.
But
everybody go home. Everybody get out of the bubble.
On the flip side, we also could just see like a lot of game sevens just because like it just any person any given day like it's type of that feel too as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. So there's no advantage to anybody really, and you kind of just play one and one.
Yeah, I could see it swinging like. It's more like if you roll a dice, how many times will this happen? You know what I'm saying? That type of deal.
I get that.
So I can see either side. I can see like it being like, well, we play these guys. We'll just play them 4 times. We'll beat them. So yeah. Well, I'm interested to see how this works out. I am so glad the NBA has done this the right way. They've had no scares. Everything's been going great.
Bubble's been great. We had a Lou Williams. We had a little incident with Lou Williams, but
he handled that. He got his thighs. If I was anybody else, I'd be like, God dang, I should have went with Lou. He's all.
Oh yeah, who gets the field trip? Who gets the field trip this week? Portland?
No, you know what? I'm gonna give it to Memphis. They need the field trip.
They already in the field trip. They out of the bubble. No field trips when you ain't in the bubble, fam.
Yeah. I'm giving it to Portland. Portland needs a rejuvenation. But for Portland, this ain't nothing. Portland. This ain't nothing. This is a normal day down the street. You know what I'm saying?
This happened. This is what the word is. This is all we're gonna say about that.
Yeah, Portland's definitely getting the trip. Yeah, they with ice. They got ice on the shoulders and knees and everything. You know what I'm saying? Iced up. All that.
All right. So you said Clippers winning. I got the Clippers winning too. Picked it before the year. I'm sticking with it. I'm gonna ride with it. I had Sixers Clippers. I'm sad. Sad emoji. Cry emoji. But I like the Clips. I'm rooting for the Lakers obviously now since Lakers in Philly. But oh well, it is what it is. So let's touch a little bit on football. We got some pads start. We got pads to put on today. We got some actual practices. And then Chiefs came out. They're going to have 22% capacity opening game. We wanted to delve into this because this is interesting. What does 22% mean, right?
Yeah, my question. I'm just gonna fire a question off to you because I don't know if you know research or not, but this is my brain works. What does 22% mean? We did the math. 22% in Arrowhead spell. This is about almost 17,000.
It's like 16.7.
Yeah, 16.7. What does that look like? Now, are we talking like, are people in the club? They in their own private suites? Because now if you're talking about that, it doesn't sound as bad. So say we take up majority of the suites in club. I don't know how many they have. Let's just say they have 40 suites and 40 clubs because that's kind of typical. It's kind of typical. So you say you can fit. I don't want to do math, but let's just say we fit like. I don't even say half. Hold on, let me.
The problem is the parties are so big. I think they're going to be doing spaced out rows and seats. Like I said, it's going to be like 6 on the end.
Yeah, we might get just like 1,000 in the Coven suite.
Yeah,
That's like nothing.
You're gonna do like six on. You're gonna do 6 on one row at the end, 6 on the other row at the end for each row, basically, or every other row, something like that.
Yeah, I guess I just think like there's a bunch of things that probably go in the protocol, like how you get into the. I guess like anything else. You can
what is it? Open seating? We call maybe open seating. Like it's just you got a random seating section with your party, and that's how it is. And sometimes you're sitting in the upper deck, sometimes you're sitting down at the bottom, going open line.
Gosh, I'm trying to think. Would you even need the upper deck open?
I think maybe. I don't know what the spacing looks like. Maybe not at 22%. At 50%, you need the upper deck open.
50%, you definitely need the upper deck open, but 26 something. Sounder now they're on top of each other. Granted, I know you need space now. Sounders do about 29ish in a 69 capacity. They never touch the upper deck. So that's people on top of each other.
That is.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So might need it.
I don't think you need upper deck.
I don't know.
You think so?
I don't know. I don't know what the spacing looks like. Maybe they'll give us some details what this is gonna look like. I do know.
They'll give out a chart.
I know a bunch of teams have said no fans for week 1, week 2, or week 1 and 2. I think a lot of teams have said no fans. So the fact that Casey's doing it, maybe things are changing. I don't know. I'm interested. What's the tailgate gonna look like? Because Casey's notorious for the tailgate scene. Is tailgate open? We can let the fans hang out in the parking lot? Because then it's a big party. We want to go, baby.
Well, I would assume that it would be just sectioned off. Like if you're gonna tailgate, you gotta let us know for one, and then you have. Because since it's only 16,000, you have plenty of parking space.
Well, do you sell tailgate? Do you sell tailgate seats?
Like you're talking about just tailgating?
Yeah, like just let more people in.
Oh no. You only allowed tailgate if you have a ticket to the game. That's how I would do it.
Ooh, I don't know, man. I'm thinking I'm selling some parking lot. You can fit way more people in the parking lot. You spread them out. You got so much more parking space. You could sell many. You could sell some tailgate only seats.
But I'm not. No, I don't. Because that at this point in time, I'm not trying to take the risk of.
That's a you thing.
The backlash. That's a backlash, still. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of.
They're money hungry. All they try to do is get us in the tailgate.
Here's the thing. When you buy a baseball ticket, on the back of a baseball ticket, by buying the ticket, you sign a release waiver that you could get hit with a foul ball or a bat and you could die. You sign a release waiver by getting a ticket to the tailgate party, getting a ticket to the game. You could catch the Rona, you could die. You're waiving your rights by buying these tickets. And I think you let them go. Now, you don't have to have full tailgate capacity, but I'm saying we sell some extra tailgate seats. So 17, we're talking about 16 and change tailgate seats. Let's sell 25,000 with the tailgate. Let's add another 10,000.
Wait, hold on. Are the Royals playing this day?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Probably not. They're usually not. They're usually not scheduled the same day. They usually.
Yeah, because they share a parking lot.
That's why they're usually not scheduled the same day.
Yeah, but they don't usually play this. Yes, they do usually play this.
Well, no, I mean the NFL looked at. Remember, the Ravens didn't open up at home after they won the Super Bowl because the Orioles were playing across the street and they couldn't move the Orioles game. This happened after the Ravens won in 2012. So the Royals are probably on the road.
They're probably on the road. You're probably right. That's not
or they're playing a day game. But it's Thursday. So.
Me speaking, if I was the president of the Chiefs, would say no. Would say no to the tailgating pass. Because, listen, I want to see how week 1 goes. This is the thing.
Okay, so only week 1. You're going to take it week by week?
I want to say week by week. So I want to say, hey, let me take care of my 16, almost 17,000 people I got to take care of week 1. Okay. Let me lock it down, take care of them week 1, see how things go. See how we can handle it taking care of week 1. And then if it goes well, everything goes good, so I'll slowly add the tailgate seats in. Then it goes good again, I'll add more, and I'll get to the point where I'm like, okay, good, this is what we do.
I know you're sad that you're not in ops right now to be dealing with this on a college or NFL level.
Oh my gosh, I'd love this.
And I was mad because I told you to watch the first 20 minutes of Hard Knocks to see this, because there was like Sean McVay was talking to this lady. He's like, Well, I'm just going to spoil it for you now at this point so we can talk about it. He was talking to this lady. He's like, well, we just moved the entire facility outside. We're not even going to worry about going into the building. They built a tent city in a parking lot in LA somewhere. And he's like trying to talk to the lady. He's like, yeah, I want the offense over here. I want the defense over here. Like, the defense faces this way. The offense faces this way. That way there's no crossover. If this team's doing this team. It's like, I guess we're going to have to roll the chairs out every morning, and then we're going to have to put them back up. And then he's like, yeah, we're going to have to put this over here. And I'm like, she's like taking diligent notes. I'm like, she's got to be like trying to understand what Sean McVay, anybody who's listened to Sean McVay, he's a kind of a fast talker. He kind of knows what he wants. And he's like, this. Yeah. And she's like scribbling notes down. She's like, okay, yeah. Like, he's like, is this within range? Like, we got to get the protocol right. And stuff like that. And then I see them, they're like laying down fake turf over the parking lot, like gluing it to the asphalt. And it's like, they have like a full indoor setup, but like an open tent facility. I'm like, first of all, great smart move by Sean McVay. You don't need to be in a building. Just have everything outside. Way less chance to catch it if you're outside, especially during the day.
Yeah.
So, but I'm like, from an op standpoint, this has to be miserable.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a little secret on writing those notes down, because people do talk fast. You just write, like, you can't write everything they say down because that's impossible.
You write the big blurbs, right?
You write the keywords, like offense here, you might write arrow, defense here, and you're just like trying to write things that make you remember, like when you go back and be like, okay, he said this, okay, cool. And that's it. You're not really writing all that down because there's no way.
Chairs question mark.
Especially with coaches like that, and then you're just like at the end of the day, you kind of like, they'll tell you what they want, then you end up kind of doing it like how they want, but in your way. And they just take a roll, and they don't like it, they'll let you know.
I'm sure no head coach is going to have an issue with letting somebody in the front office know that they ain't happy with the way this is set up or go. And head coaches are not known to bottle up their emotions.
Because you're not going to go back and be, wait, hey, Sean, did you say you wanted like this or that? No, my notes is kind of chicken scratch right here. No, you better figure that. You better figure it out. And just hope that that's the right way, and like kind of just use some common sense or whatever, or have some knowledge, some football knowledge. That's like just like that stuff comes in handy. Like,
you could always hit him with some BS, right? Be like, oh, sorry. He's like, I thought I wanted it like this. I'm like, oh, sorry, that's not within the protocol. We had to do it this way due to the safety protocol.
Honestly, yeah, you can hit him with some BS. Like, there's plenty of ways to go around it to like kind of save your ass. But yeah, you write down key big blurbs like that will help you get through it. Because there's no way, like, and he doesn't care that you don't pick up all of this at all. Some of them might be like, wait, did you get all that? Can you repeat anything? But they don't care.
No, they want their time is way too valuable. They have way too much shit to do. They're already trying to put a training camp together under immense pressure and circumstance. They got 1,000,001 things to do. And then they got to go play football, get ready for a football season, which is already stressful.
Hopefully, usually you have a guy who's close to Sean that you can go to, that knows Sean. You know what I'm saying?
Like the holdback guy. It's something similar to that guy, right?
No, not even a holdback. Like not the GM, but like the guy who like almost Sean's like right hand man.
Oh, like his coach, his coaching right hand man.
Or something like they kind of maybe like a front office guy who kind of knows him, like his buddy or whatever.
His hookup.
Everyone has one.
They got
somebody.
Somebody's got a direct line.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, how is Sean like this? This is the way, this way. But oh wait, he would definitely like want it this way, and you don't even have to ask Sean. That guy knows, because that guy knows Sean, because that's the guy Sean goes to when shit fucks up, and he's like, "Hey, I need this fixed." So
that's true.
That's good.
I like it. It was interesting.
One of those people. You know?
I was very interested. I know.
Yeah.
You would have enjoyed.
I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, you would have enjoyed that little tidbit there. They didn't cover it enough. Again, I'm like, this is the interesting stuff, all the behind the scenes crap that they have to deal with going on. I mean, I enjoy the football stuff, but what else are you going to do the first week? It's such a unique season. We got Zoom meetings going on. People can't show up. They got the freaking whatever tests going everywhere. It was a little interesting. I got to dive more into it, but again,
to this testing though. Excuse me. I've been getting some pushback. Not me getting pushback, because people have been talking about, well, why are they letting kids on campus? No, why do they not letting kids on campus but they're doing football? Sorry, we're switching lanes. College football.
Okay, but they are letting kids on campus.
Oh, wait, are they?
Most places are. The Big Ten, 13 of the schools have students on campus, but they won't let them play football.
Wow. Wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
You can opt out,
that.
though. You can opt out to not be on campus and be
Okay.
all online.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I know, like Texas and like the southern states are probably just going to do virtual.
Oh.
So I'm using Texas as an example because, anyways, it's right here. It's down the street. Sorry, I know we don't really affiliate with them, but I'm just like I get kind of pushback nowadays. They're like, why are they trying to play football? And I'm like, listen, for some of these kids, this is the best scenario they can be in right now. Listen, we're talking about they're getting fed every day, every day without question, and we're not just getting fed. They're not eating like the HEB food from down the street.
They getting buffet. This is a buffet right here.
It's a nice fed well food. They're getting tested every other day or
as much as you want. You're basically getting you can get tested every day if you want to.
You get tested every day. They have unlimited tests. They have access to all that. They have the best healthcare providers that the area state can offer.
If you get it.
If you get it.
Yes, you're going to get
also, and then if you do get it, they can monitor you getting a heart condition or whatever that entails, all that good stuff. And I just think this is the best scenario for these kids.
Yes.
And they're in a structured program because
90% of your day spent there in a clean, safe environment.
Yeah, you're not. And they're not going out, living at home, getting wild, doing all that other stuff. Not that I'm saying that they would be, but I'm just saying.
Well, it was a great tweet. Oh, God, I forget what the player. It was a DB from Mississippi State, and he tweeted, he goes, "We want to play." He's like, "I don't want to go home. People die at home. I don't want to be there. I'm not about that." And it's like some of these kids come from really rough neighborhoods and backgrounds, and that was their out. College football was their out. They never go home. They're always on campus and working out or somewhere else. And I agree, it's so dumb. Playing football does not put you at any more risk than being on campus. If you have students on campus, you can play football. It's dumb. And this is why I think we're going to see the SEC and the ACC. And, hey, the Big 12, this is huge for you. You're now a better conference than the Big 10 right now because you care more about football. And that's how you pitch recruits. And the Big 10's in trouble.
Yeah.
And I think everyone's forgot it. So, yeah, I get the push-up because the pushback is just optics. Everyone's worried about optics. I don't think they're worried about taking it from a realistic standpoint.
I totally see both sides, and I can't be mad for canceling it. But I'm saying all I is try to do it the right way, and if it doesn't work, cut it. Completely cut it. But I think you gotta try. You don't just. And maybe the Big Ten said we kind of tried. We went into it. We thought about it.
And that was Justin Fields. He put that petition out there. He's like, we worked so hard for this. And again, you don't listen to us. We're the student athletes. We're supposed to be the main thing. You don't listen to anything we say? Okay. All the parents from, I think, 11 schools of the Big Ten came out in unison with them. They're like, let our players play. Let our kids play. We stand in unity with them. They want to play. They can play. We're not going to stop them.
They're safe. The thing is, these coaches aren't dumb. They have kids too. So they're not going to put anybody in harm's way. Although they love coaching in football, they're not going to put anybody in harm's way to play football. If they believe they can do it in the safe way, let's just try to do it in the safe way. If that way doesn't happen, let's cut it then.
Yeah, and how about the Big Ten commissioner, Kevin Warren? His son plays in the SEC. He had practice today. He hasn't come out and said why they canceled the Big Ten season or anything. But, his son, he's okay with his son going and playing football.
Where's his son play at?
I think Mississippi State.
Is his son nice?
I don't think so.
Quarterback?
I don't know what he plays. I just know that was going around, that he plays in the SEC, and he has no problem with his son playing, but he shut down his entire freaking conference. Really, dude? It's because they don't want to get sued. It's about money. They don't want to get sued.
Everything's about money. When you start realizing.
We're going to go down an NCAA tangent. I don't want to go down how they're garbage. As usual, I'm a broken record. I know. I always say it. They're trash. But, so yeah. I'm with you, though. Give it a try. Give it a try. Yeah. All right. I think that's going to do it. I think that's it. You got anything else?
Always stay safe.
Everybody stay safe. Everybody chill out. Relax. Things are picking up. Hopefully we will
enjoy this week of basketball. Oh, Pete, real quick, I heard this week. I can't take credit for it. So I heard the NBA players are getting restless in the bubble, and that they're not going to wait. You know, they usually wait the next round, like so and so finishes, like one team finished and the other.
Oh, they're
the other
gonna
team
just
finished.
play.
They're going to play right away if both teams are done. They just go ahead and play.
I'm okay with that. Maybe give them 2 days off. Maybe get them a little bit of rest, and then roll into it.
I mean, naturally they might have a day or two off, but eventually they're not gonna wait. Like they usually have a certain start date. They're not gonna wait. They're gonna
so
try,
no
they're trying to play.
2 week, no 10-day, 11-day, 12-day off for the finals like we've had the last few years or
This
whatever.
is the final might be in like now in September 23rd or starting
good.
September 23rd or yeah. So like yeah. So I'm saying like it's nice because I think they figure out the whole like chilling in the hotel thing. It gets old real quick.
I can imagine. So I like that. That's good. Everybody enjoy it. Sports are coming back. Hopefully we're on the downslope. Hopefully.
Honestly, enjoy this week of basketball. 4 games a day, starting at 12:30, all the way to almost like 10 o'clock at night. Man, you can't beat that. Honestly,
Terrell's in heaven. He's in NBA heaven right now.
Dude, I'm so happy. You can't beat that. Enjoy it. Honestly, take a little break from work and watch some basketball.
All right. Like we said, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you all next week.